Hi everyone! Therapeutic methods from Tibetan Buddhism. This is our topic today. I'd like to talk today about therapeutic methods in Western culture, which came originally from Tibetan Buddhism. Yoga include meditation, breathing, pranayama, mandalas and yantras. This is my mandala, which I painted today. This is the representation of my life. These symbols represent my husband. And as Anna told, I am going to do a role reversal with my husband. Hi, I'm Mike. I love her and I'm here for her for our whole life. The goals of Tantric Buddhism and more enlightened forms of psychotherapy are similar. Welcome to AB Lifetime, channel on mental health. I'm Anna Bobikova. Make sure your feet are on the floor, you are grounded and you are breathing. I'd like to talk today about those methods which we are using regularly as therapeutic methods in Western culture, which came originally from Tibetan Buddhism, and they came, of course, for example, yoga is coming not only from Tibetan Buddhism, but from different culture. But today specifically I will be talking about techniques which are coming from there. Sometimes we are using some techniques partly, and I would like to make a connection between Western culture and Buddhism. In the video we are going to talk about techniques. Actually, I will name the techniques, then briefly differences. Differences is how they are used in Tibetan Buddhism and what is the approach, how we see and what parts and what are the differences, how they are used there and how do we use them here in Western world. Then we will do a little case so you can actually see the practical use of Mandala and Psychodrama combination. So we will combine both techniques, Mandala therapy and Psychodrama. You will see how it works. And some practical ideas. Techniques. First, and what is very important, of course, yoga include meditation. In Western culture today, we understand yoga and practice yoga in certain perspective. So we practice usually asanas. This is the most popular, right? Asanas, which is physical practice on the mat, somewhere in the gym or in the yoga studio. So this is what people usually call yoga. Some people also practice breathing, pranayama, and some people in some types of yoga we practice the concentration, the gaze, points where you concentrate your vision. And meditation in a silent meditation or sound meditation, these are the main thing. In Western culture we practice these parts, right? But there is a much bigger philosophy. I named 3 or 4 parts, and actually there are 8 limbs of yoga, how it's called. And it's supposed to be originally how it is in the scripts. It's supposed to be that person, the yogis, practice all 8 parts. Mandalas and yantras. Actually, mandalas are shape of the circle and yantras are diagrams. It is the combination of symbols, actually. And again, now in Western culture we have even mandala therapy and yantra therapy. Parts of them are used in art therapy. I will show today how we can use mandalas in combination with psychodrama, of course briefly. I cannot do the whole session. What I'm trying to say, that this combination, it doesn't matter mostly in the beginning, which approach you are taking. The main thing here is it is used in Eastern culture, in Western culture. It's already proven that it works. The main thing is just find your own approach and your own concept which would be working for you. If you like to do like deeply spiritual practices and you are already there, that's wonderful. If you start with just going to some sort of groups with art therapy and just drawing mantras and not really understanding what is that, it's okay too. Just the main thing is just focus on doing on your personal growth. It's still the growth, and whenever you are ready for the next step, then you are doing the next step. It is very important role of symbol and archetype in Western therapeutic approaches, many of them, and in Tibetan Buddhism. In Buddhism, I would say the role of the symbol as a unit is secondary. In Buddhism, what's important when you see the symbols as a combination and they are working together, and the main thing there, what is the combination of symbols arise in the person? What kind of response, what kind of reaction person has on the combination of symbols? For example, you see the mantra, the whole circle, right? And it's taken as a whole. There are not too much of attention to details. Despite the Buddhist approach, Carl Gustav Jung developed his collective unconsciousness concept and emphasized the role of the symbol and archetype in personal and individual growth and development and healing. Western approach certainly considers ego. Western scholars feel that without ego there would be no consciousness and the individual would dissolve into the mists of nothingness. And Birnbaum also describes the individual from Tibetan perspective as experiencing directly his inner being, which Buddhists would probably say extends beyond his body to universal forces operating through him. As an example, Mandala is, in Tibetan Buddhism, is the whole thing. So it's important to take the whole and not pay attention to details. And it's important to pay attention what it evokes on the person who sees this mandala or who creates this mandala. Person who is going through mandala therapy session could actually, when she creates her personal mandala, can see the representation of the problem and can be addressed the questions: where is the solution? What is between you and solution? Let's see the case of combination of mandala therapy with psychodrama. This is my mandala, which I painted today. This is the representation of my life. So here in the middle, it's me. And I feel very strong and supported with all my stuff. This is my family. These blue things represent my husband, who is very supportive to me. And these are my 4 children, 2 girls and 2 boys. Here they are, little hearts. And I feel loved with my kids. I feel loved and with my husband. This green circle, I feel very supported with nature. I feel supported with ocean. I feel supported with forest and all nature. I'm just so enjoying so much when I'm at the nature. It's my mother nature. This is my family of origin. This big blue circle. All my ancestors. I feel like it's all in the sunshine, in the sunlight. And you know what? I feel like I do have some problems in my life, but I didn't feel today that I should post them here. They are somewhere far. They are not even in the picture. I do feel strong and supported here. What I would like to do, I would like probably to hear what my husband has to say to me. And as Anna told, I am going to do a role reversal with my husband with these symbols, which these symbols represent my husband in mandala. I'm going to do role reversal with him. Hi, I'm Mike and I'm Jane's husband. The blue squares on her mandala. What I can say? I'm here for her. I'm going to support her forever. That's how I was feeling from the first time I've seen her, that I will be supporting her forever. I love her and I'm here for her for our whole life. I love you, my dear. I love you. And I'm Jane back. It feels very nice. I feel very supported, and I feel love from my husband. In the end, I would like to add here something about meditation. What I see a lot in my personal practice, and that's how I was, when people cannot practice meditation on the regular basis, and now I'm not going to prove that how healing it is. We are talking about from the perspective, yes, meditation is very healing. It came from Tibetan Buddhism, and that's great if you can practice that. But many people I know in Western culture, there are hundreds, millions of people who would say, I cannot sit for a minute. I cannot sit, close my eyes. I'm just not that personality. My mind is so busy and I have all the time thinking about something. Mind is busy and body is busy, and mind is making my body move all the time. I can't even imagine. And people would say, I cannot sit for hours, how people are talking about. And these people are thinking that they would be able to do this. But again, it's like any other practice, it's just practice. If you practice regularly, you can do this. So what I would recommend in this situation, first, you can start to practice the types of yoga which are very dynamic, but at the same time they are dynamic meditation, like for example Ashtanga yoga. So in Ashtanga yoga, you practice non-stop. You hold the posture only for 5 breaths, but at the same time, you making busy your body with asana, right? Certain position. You are making your eyes busy because you are gazing to a certain point, and you are breathing with specific type of pranayama breath. That's what make it dynamic meditation. In the beginning, when you start to practice dynamic meditation, then sitting meditations and silent meditations, which will be much easier, just take your time. Sometimes it takes years, right? But that's what prepare you. And also, yoga is very good technique to prepare yourself to be able to sit and clear completely your mind. Second technique, for those who tell that I cannot practice yoga. Even yoga is hard for me. All right. If you can walk, if you are a regular base hiker, first of all, so we need to make busy the body, the ears, the mind, and the eyes. First, you are walking and you are making busy your body. Then you are putting into your ears any type of spiritual music, what you prefer. Again, if you are, we don't have to do tantric Buddhism or any sort of mantra. But mantra is an option, right? You can put something spiritual, what can make your mind busy, but busy in that way, not like completely. What did he say? We don't want this. We want some sort of repetitive music, and it's need to be spiritual. All Buddhist mantras, singing bowls, any kind of prayers, or it could be Christian prayers, whatever your way of spiritual, what you prefer, that what you can listen. So you are walking, ears are busy, it means you're making your mind busy with this. You focus your eyes at certain point. For example, you are walking through the forest, you see the tree far, so you are gazing into that point. And all the time you just focus, you force yourself to focus on that. Of course, your eyes would be like your mind is running around. At least if you can hold a second focused only on the point and clear your mind completely and be focused only, you're walking, you have your music there which you don't have to pay attention to, and your eyes are focused only on this point. I call it is pre-meditative state. If you are good in this and you can clear your mind in first day in a second or half of second, in second day for second, and more and more and more, and for example in half year, and you practice this regularly. First you prepare your mind for the high level of concentration. This what you need to practice tantric Buddhist meditations. High level of concentration, that's what you're preparing, being focused on this point with mantra in your ears and breathing. And it is very good spiritual therapeutic practice which you can combine together. And it is pre-meditative state, so then you can start to do your meditations. 1 second, for 1 second you can clear your mind. Wonderful. Okay, I think I covered briefly the topic for today and I shared some practical tips. See you in next video. Namaste.